Good afternoon, America, and good afternoon, all the people watching this video from wherever you are on this big planet. All right. First, we are today, April the 8th. We are right into that SOS to the world deadly Platonic window. And as mentioned in my newsletters and the videos, that I made on YouTube, if you watch it, I said that be ready for terrorism and crazy people to kill others. Sad enough, this horrific act makes my vision and my SOS to the world deadly window undeniable. But again, who is listening and who is paying attention? And most of all, who is sharing my work so we can save more lives? Well, but the dramatic news do not stop at a domestic terrorist act that I saw. It also involves people that you know, people that you don't know, such as this grocery clerk who had kept working to help seniors died of coronavirus. I also mentioned the famous death. And in my quatrain, if you read it, Linda Tripped, which is the whistleblowers in Lewinsky scandals, died at 70 years old. I'm 70 myself. And you know what? I went through hell. Really, I did. To those of you who want to know what hell on earth is, put your hand on my book, Beyond the Secrets. You will have some difficulties to accept the reality of what I went through. Yet it is all truth. Not fiction with Dr. Cherry, my friend. So enough, there is a lot of people that are famous that are suffering. There is a lot of people that are not famous that are suffering. And that makes a lot of us very, very depressed. And all we can do, my friend, is to pray for all those brave people that are on the front line. And sad enough, this includes my good friend Cheryl. She's a nurse in Brooklyn, New York. She works in a hospital. She sent me a very, very depressing email. And you know what? Later on, go and read that email. You know what? You got to realize these are the people in the front line. If all of those people get infected, we're all doomed. It's as simple as that. So that's why your prayers are so badly needed. And most of all, your positive thoughts. Go and read the email. It broke my heart because I also have another friend out there. He's a police chief. He's retired. Him and his son and all the people that work with him. I've also lost very close friends, very close to them. And they are fighting. They are right in the middle of that tornado, that tsunami of negativity and death. Today, the 8th, happens to be in the US, the record for most news involving coronavirus death that was reported in a single day. Today, yesterday, during my window. Again, my friend, you can't make this up. And there is so much mess going on with the administration currently. And again, I don't care if you like or don't like Trump. My work has nothing to do with politics. My work is highly spiritual in nature. And sad enough, only a minority of you will be able to connect with me. And that makes my dilemma much, much more difficult to help you to raise your cosmic consciousness, your cosmic awareness, and how to handle the creative forces of the superconscious in time and space productively, progressively, intelligently. Now, the US Surgeon General says African American faces a higher risk of coronavirus. Again, scientists can only give you a rational answer to what they think is happening to the African American. But the fact is, coronavirus is nothing else than the concentration of racist thoughts generated by millions of oblivious people following the lead of the initial creator, that would be President Trump, whose biggest wish has always been and still to build a huge, big, powerful world, a wall that would make it impossible for anybody to come to us. And he had this wish since he became the president and the most powerful man on the world. I have explained to you in many of my videos how he managed subconsciously to misuse the supraconscious creative force in time and space. And this phenomenon is explained in many of my YouTube videos. And I will attempt to do it again today, because repetition is a must for you to build more cosmic awareness and learn all about the subtle forces involving the superconscious creative forces, cursing or blessing humanity at large. Again, you know it or not, you like it or not, the Bible said you have been made in the image of God. You cannot differentiate two images, my friend. You have the power to create. And the most powerful, either positive or negative thought, will transform into phenomena that science cannot even understand. Remember the law: positive and negative, up and down, black and white, the front, the back, God, devil, the yin and yang. 2 eyes, 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 sides of the brain, the reptilian mind, the draconic mind. Remember, my friend, extraterrestrials have been with you, in you, working for, against you since the get-go. That side of the brain, the reptilian brain, stimulate the mind of scientists to create nukes, to weaponize the weather, to weaponize our cosmos, to create and use science and those scientists to create viruses. Evil, fear, negativity, lack of faith, ignorance is all they want, is all they need, particularly your fears, in order to survive. And yesterday, the scientific community clearly mentioned that those who have recouped from coronavirus, if they have fear, they got it back. And since the get-go, I have told you, do not fear the reptilians, because it doesn't matter if you wear a mask. It doesn't matter if you wash your hands with bleach. It doesn't matter if you got 10 feet away from people. And if you have a big, thick gun, the virus will find its way to you if you fear it, because a magnet will attract a piece of wood. And because I have no fear, I find myself a new job. I told you I was going to go into the front line because I want to help you spiritually, psychically, but also I want to be helping physically. I got a job. Yes. I'm going to be driving doubles so that I can transport stuff that are badly needed everywhere in this great country. So I'll take some pictures and send you some pictures when I'm on the road, of the tracks I drive, wherever I'm going to go, trying to keep in touch with you. Remember, my friends, you are a creator. Everything around you once upon a time did not exist. The car you drive, the computer you're watching me. I know I sound redundant, but a lot of people just jumped in. They don't know me. Anything and everything that you have, that you own, that you possess, once upon a time did not exist. Even the cities like Los Angeles, New York, Paris, London, 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, there was nothing. We have created all. as much as this virus was created by the thought processes, misused, mishandled by the superconscious, which is manipulated by the reptilians. Pay attention. You may not necessarily be spiritually advanced to connect, to understand, to relate, or to assimilate my work, but you gotta get started somewhere, and that's why you're watching those videos. Be responsible for your thoughts, my friends. Be responsible. Now, Pope Francis said that coronavirus pandemic could be natural response to climate crisis. Well, I'm not a scientist, but all I can tell you is that Pope Francis, like President Trump, shares the same nasty dragon tail in Sagittarius. Sagittarius were religions, foreigners, foreign people. Sagittarius was all religion that had been created by the reptilians, remember? Is that why Italy is cursed in having more deaths than any other country in Europe? I understand why, Coast to Coast AM will not have me on their show to expose the truth of what really is happening involving our presidents. You don't talk bad about a president on national radio. You don't do that nowhere. You could do it on YouTube, thanks to the Second Amendment. But at the same time, I don't have to talk negatively about the president. I can teach all these people who are listening, all these talking heads invited on Coast to Coast. I can teach all the people that are listening the power of the superconscious in time and space and give them hopes and stop the negative flux. I've asked them if I could come there, but they don't seem to want me there. Maybe if you ask, that's why in the newsletter, it's time for you to show you're my supporter. It's time for you to email George directly. You have the email. Tell him, George, Dr. Thierry predicted this virus in August. And some, that means, of course, the aeronautic line going belly up and the cruise lines going belly up and so much more about the government and the predictions of what's going on in England with the royals and why all our old people are dying. I can give explanation to all that. So if you're a supporter of mine, go to that, click on the link that is given to you in the bottom of this video. Copy and paste George's email and tell him why he should have me. Because if you don't help me, this tsunami of negativity is going to get worse, and this mad dance of evil induced by the reptilians through coronavirus is going to get worse. You need to help me. Well, I say be ready for a wake-up call. Not only crazy people killing people or terrorist acts, which transpire exactly when I give you the date. But Bernie Sanders drops out. Can we call that a wake-up call for him and his campaign to realize that he'd be better helping the Vice President Biden? Doesn't have enough support. Aaron always says in that video that I made yesterday that this very specific SOS to the World deadly window is going to force you to face the harsh reality. And most of all, whatever you do, whatever you say during this SOS to the World deadly Plutonic window will follow you for the rest of your life. Now you could see again pictures of some big city in the United States. And under it, you see living in this area of the US raises your risk of death from coronavirus. Not a study that says that. While back in August 2019, my good friend, I wrote every single word that my good friend John Rappaport said yesterday on Coast to Coast. Toxic air pollution in Wuhan, China was a significant problem. Read the rest. but read what I wrote in my book, because it's there for you. But unless you get this book, you're not going to believe me. This is what I wrote in August. Health warning. The reptilians are aiming for air pollution and fire in 2020. And remember, I predict the Australian fire and the death of millions of animals 2 weeks before it happens on Coast to Coast. The link is there. You can read it for yourself on Coast to Coast website. I said new lungs disease and serious respiratory problem due to air quality and the illegal use of many drugs and legalization of pot. That's what I wrote. The body, the mind, and soul of billions of oblivious people will be contaminated by those nefarious entities, leading to a very serious increase in depression and suicide. Next thing you know, the weed becomes legal in another state in 2020. I told you in previous videos, living in Asia is a serious risk. That's why the reptilians choose that country to stimulate the mind of the scientists that got infected and pass it on to the rest of the world. Living in China is like, breathing the air outside of a pipe of the rig I'm going to drive. Breathing behind an exhaust. That's why you see people in the city, health fanatic who don't know better. They're running to stay healthy because they have a fear of death and disease in the middle of a city. You breathe in those exhausts. You're not helping yourself. My friends, again, there is too much for me to say. And that's why I write newsletters. Because everything in those newsletters is pretty much what the news are all about. And it is so very, very depressing, my friends. It's so very, very depressing. And I am here trying to make you aware of what's going on. I'm so busy. It's ridiculous. I have so many readings to do because people are so depressed. And as I said earlier, you know what? I can help you psychically, spiritually to regenerate. But now that I found this job on FedEx, I've been transporting some very, very refrigerated stuff, not just mail, to all parts of the United States. It's my way of fighting. How are you fighting? When you read all my work, when you read all my prediction, and you don't even bother to share it because, oh my gosh, what my friends are going to say, they're going to think I'm crazy. Be part of the action. Help me. Help me. I'm not asking you to go like my cop friend in New York or my nurse friends, okay, who has got to be tested now. I'm not asking you to be on the front line. Oh, I'm not asking you to drive a truck in the front line and help. I'm asking you to share my work. Can you please do that? Who cares what people think about you if you're participating and helping to heal this world and get rid of these nasty entities who have cursed our solar system? A lot of people are not ready for that. They are religious fanatics. They are atheists, rational, down-to-earth, practical, educated idiots. Yet there is one person which is giving you the golden keys to what it means to be human and the power we all have inherited at that land in where we are today because of the most powerful man in the world, are negative, cosmic, unconscious, and racist. Again, one more time, my friend, remember, a lot of people don't like gays and lesbians. And oops, out of the blue comes AIDS. A lot of people don't like black people, and they wish, wow, I hope this coronavirus is going to kill those bad people. And you wonder why black people are now targeted by the reptilians. This is an infected world for months now, well before August. I warned you of a universal infestation. It's now right in your face. Please help me. My work should be spread 10 times more or as much as coronavirus in order to beat those entities at their game. And I am here. I am here to do all that I can physically and spiritually to help the world. So ask yourself, what did I do for the world today? What you can do is just a click of a button. Help me to reach the world. Go to that link, click on it under this video, send an email to George and share my work, because we are all together in that thing. That thing wants to swallow you alive, okay? And we can beat it by using the same tools, by reversing this humongous tsunami of negative energy, by breathing more hopes, more education, and understanding the phenomenon involving the superconscious creative forces in time and space that brought us where we are today because of, you know what? Negativity. All right. Like I said I would do yesterday, I'm going to pick up a card. I don't know. This card is right here. Okay? And this card's going to give us an idea of the energy that we are dwelling with. It could be real good. It could be real bad. I don't know. I'm channeling Draco. Draco is going to help me. There it is. It is good. There's Jupiter. Jupiter is the Lord of luck, the teacher, the philosopher, the foreigner. That's me. I am putting some wind under your wings, my friend. I help you to raise your own cosmic consciousness so that you can help me to raise the world to where it belongs, into the new age of Aquarius, and start to understand the forces that make our common fate a reality. This is a beautiful card. And remember, May the 15th, the dragon will move into the world of Sagittarius, which is controlled by Jupiter. A lot of people are going to learn a lot of things. Please do your part. Same old story. You like my work? Thumb up. You will always have infected idiots that will give me the thumb down, but it's a minority. But they will come back like evil, negative, infected, oblivious spirits that have to put their dropping wherever they can. That's the way they are, slaving for the reptilians. Work with me. Hope, love, light, happiness, education, cosmic consciousness. We will beat that thing. We will beat that evil. And it starts with you. Make it a beautiful day, my friend. I'll be here for another few days. I'm not going to be driving for another few days, so I will probably produce more videos. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.